My Pixar marathon continues with my look at 1998's A Bug's Life, so let's open it up. As someone who lived through the 90s, I'm familiar with having two works with similar premises: Deep Impact Armageddon, Volcano on Dante's Peak, Pokemon Digimon, this movie and Dreamers Ants, to name a few. I like both that movie and this one, albeit for different reasons, so let's get started. Open on a meadow below a tree where the ants are getting their harvest before the rains come. On top of this, Princess Ada is set to take the wings of Queen, her mother, and her younger sister Dot, which by pre-Hayden Panettiere is trying to learn how to fly. Introduced to our hero Flick, was an eccentric inventor who means well but often causes trouble because of how eager he is. I will say that even though the animation is showing his age, it's actually held up by the world the last 23 years. As Flick and Dot bond, the rival villain Hopper looms, and Flick's harvest actually knocks over the stone containing the food offered for their protection. Hopper then demands that food be replaced before the rainy season, and also insists that Flick had the audacity to stand up to him and his gang. Flick is then tasked with finding someone to help not only defend their home, but also drive away Hopper and his goons. Basically, it's insect version of Kurosawa's Seven Samurai and Spaghetti Western of Magnificent Seven. They've done that plot thread so much, it's basically a story trope in and of itself. Heading to Bug City on the puff of a dandelion, we cut to a bug circus that isn't going too well. Not helped by a bunch of housefly hecklers and their ringmaster P.T. Flea. He's a bit of a swindler, but he's still more convincing than Hugh Jackman was a greatest showman. After a botched attempt at the Flaming Death, their troop is fired. Still, thanks to Professor Showing and local hand in the city, Flick crew's performance to help. Consists of twin Pobucks Tuck and Roll, the Spider Rosie, the Caterpillar Heimlich, the Noxious Beetle Dim, Stick Insect Slim, the masculine ladybug Francis, Gypsy Moth, Gypsy, and the praying mantis Manny. As the ants try to make protection for Hopper, Flick returns with the troop, much at a surprise. Elsewhere, Hopper and his henchmen are hiding out, even though they have more than enough food to stay out of the conflict. Hopper still sees the ants as a potential opponent simply because Flick stood up to him. On top of Hopper's striding to the same school of thought as Khan and Wrath of Khan. This does foreshadow what will happen later on in the movie. While the troop is reluctant when they find out what they're up against, they do change their minds on narrowly escaping a hungry bird, as well as rescuing Dot and Francis from said bird. I'd also admit that comparing the bird in this movie to the fantastic creatures in Coco does make for a great example of how far technology has come in such a short time. This movie does look really good in HD. I'm especially looking forward to seeing the Kellogg in 4K in the near future. On that note, Flick discovers Hopper is afraid of birds. Not only does this set up the next phase in Flick's plan, it's another bit of foreshadowing. I've seen this movie many times when I was young. I really like the sequence of building Flick's bird. The Flick's plan hits a snag when performers are outed for who they really are. They ultimately decide to do the right thing, help fend off Hopper and his gang. It might not have got why they stowed away PT before, but now it makes sense. While I would have been okay with Hopper meeting him, his groupie brother Molt becomes a comic foil for the melee instead. It's also discovered that Hopper never intended to honor the agreement and he'll squash the queen no matter how much food he has. That only makes it clear he's about to go off the deep end. Distracting Hopper with some of the circus act, the bird trap is set, and though Flick is hurt when the bird goes down in flames, Hopper was right. Flick's words inspire Ada and all the ants to revolt against their oppressors. The rain has come, always great dramatic prep for a final battle, even among cartoon insects. Especially like this part of Dim scaring off their guard dog, Thumper. The chase results in Hopper losing one of his antennae and ultimately meeting his end when he's devoured by real birds and her brood. So, closing the troop, leaving the island, Ada becoming the new queen, and peace being restored to the ants. While Toy Story and its sequels are still the most well-known works from Pixar, this movie is a great second film in their canon. I remember liking it when I first saw it, and in many ways actually better than I remember it. On top of being well received at the time, it was a big hit upon its release in 1998, $162 million domestically and $363 million worldwide, a budget of $120 million. I've been wanting to talk about this movie for ages and glad finally got a chance to do so. If I rating 4 out of 4. Next time, Pixar Marathon continues my look at Toy Story 2.